What's good, podcast family? It's your boy Jason Craig, aka the Friendly Neighborhood Dreadhead, and today is the debut episode of the what I like to call the bucket list, and I'm being joined by two special guests who bring this in. Please welcome Brian Beeline from Brian Beeline Entertainment and Miss Raven. How you doing today?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Doing
Doing
pretty
well.
good, especially
Doing well, man.
especially today because it's the debut episode of the bucket list, which is our a top five. I just random topics. I'll probably have y'all vote later on, but today I chose top five wrestling video games. We're all wrestling fans in here, I'm
Oh
guessing.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Me and Ray actually, we she's my co-host on my wrestling show. I host on my platform called Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk on the Beeline Entertainment. So
Okay,
we have
okay.
a lot of fun. We do wrestling prediction shows, post prediction shows. We have kind of been lagging a little bit, but it's WrestleMania season, so trust me, we're gonna pick back up
Oh
this week
yeah,
right here.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, like for me, I am a wrestling fan. Well, like I fell off of WWE a little bit. Vince was making me mad. So I
Mm,
had to take a break. Went to AEW. Always been a fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
okay.
Um, I was a huge TNA fan. Well, when it was called TNA, still now I think
Yeah.
it's Impact now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. TNA was TNA, and then Impact. Wasn't there something before that too?
It was a NWA wrestling.
NW,
Mhm.
because NWA wrestling is still around. They actually
Right.
right. I didn't know they transitioned from that.
Wait, no. Oh, okay. Wait, I lied. So it was always TNA, but they had the NWA World Title as their main title,
Got you. Interesting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
and
TNA was
and
a problem for a minute because they had a bunch. They had all the old school guys from Road
yeah,
Mhm.
Dogg, Billy Gunn, Booker
They
T.
had everybody.
It was like the
yeah,
little WCW for a minute when they
Yeah.
left WWF or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, it
And
Mhm.
was
then
interesting.
it turned to WCW when Eric Bischoff got there,
Bro,
and
listen.
that was the downfall of TNA.
And Hulk Hogan too. People forget
Oh
about
yeah.
Oh
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is like a disease. I love Hulk Hogan as far as like childhood memories, but
man.
I heard he's toxic, man. When it comes to like background politics, he don't want to work with people.
Well, also that, and he calls, and he don't like his daughter dating niggas.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, man, like I remember the what got me hooked to TNA was when I saw Ron the Truth Killings win his first like major title. Like, oh wow,
Yep.
they actually pushing a black man on this show.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm with it. And then he lost to Jeff Jarrett in a BS way.
Yo, props to Jeff Jarrett, bro. Jeff Jarrett's still going, man, in
Oh
the ring.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he said I
He's
need these
wrestling
checks.
legend. Like his father, Jeff Jarrett, man. His name rings bells, man, in the wrestling
Yeah.
community, yo.
100%.
Oh yeah,
That's
man. Like
crazy.
him, and then like Cody Rhodes doing his thing with his lineage. I think Goldust
Yeah.
is kind of wrestling here and there. I forgot how
Goldust, my
old he
boy.
was. I forgot how old he was till I
I
saw him
like the.
without. What's up?
Oh, you said without the makeup, you saw him in that
Yeah,
that interview he was doing, right?
yeah. Like, oh
Yeah,
God, he looks old.
yeah. Goldust is up there, bro.
Gold
Dustin.
Dust is definitely up there now.
I like nasty Goldust though. That
Oh,
was one of
oh
Goldust's
yeah,
best.
and
He's come out in the
androgynous
gimp.
Goldust.
Yeah, the gimp suits and the bra and panties. Listen, bro, Goldust was the man, yeah. That was when, like I
Mhm.
said, we talk about this all the time. That was when wrestling was just like, I literally, Ray, you actually, put me on this right here. But because we were talking to you about like the olden days, and you were like, you look up on, the on Peacock and you watch the older matches and stuff.
Mhm.
I actually
Yeah.
started all the way back from the first Raw, and I think I'm on like I just
That's
passed
where I
WrestleMania
started.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just watching all of them. Just watching all of the Raws and seeing the old school guys and some people I forgot about. But just seeing like the transition of like when Hulk Hogan and them were there, and then you had Ultimate Warrior. They were like the high guys. Macho Man, I forgot how Macho Man was a damn commentator, bro. He
Oh
he's
yeah.
he spoke
Can
about
I
that
tell
too.
you that caught me off guard when I
It's
watched the first
crazy.
episode? I said, "Huh? What?
Yeah.
These are
I don't know if he was doing that
commentators."
because he was injured or whatever. Because a lot of times they'll do that if they're going through like an injury. But I know
Yeah.
Macho Man, he spoke on that because that's when he went to WCW when they had started NWO, and he was a part
Yeah.
of. Actually, I think even before that, he was working. there. I don't know if he transitioned right into NWO when he went to WCW, but yeah, it's been a nice like journey getting back to that. Because I remember some of the matches when I was watching them. You know, like the whole Yokozuna versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh,
I remember watching that shit like almost crying, bro, because he kept bonsai dropping them. And Hacksaw was my boy, yo. And the
You know
blood started
what?
coming out his mouth.
I'm nowhere close to my childhood yet. Like
Uh oh.
nowhere close to it. I'm still in the '90s, so like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a while to get there.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
But
fun though. I like
yeah,
it. Whenever I'm eating or
I
something, I'll
like
put on my
watching it.
tablet. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of history.
It's
yeah. Like
different. It's stuff I haven't seen.
Yeah.
yeah, like for me, like since like I'm a '90s baby. My first foray into wrestling was WrestleMania 15. That
Mm.
to my day is still my favorite. Is one of my favorite WrestleManias just because that main event between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin that was magical.
Legendary. Yep.
And and I thought that Undertaker killed a man when he hung Boss
Big Boss
Man from
Man from the cell. Yep.
yeah and that's when I thought oh wrestling's still
That
real
shit
now.
make me laugh to this day. When that
That's
makes me
funny.
laugh, and when Boss Man dragged Big Show's father's casket in the
Oh
fucking
yeah.
thing, he jumped on it. Yo, that's got to be
What?
some of the funniest shit in wrestling history, yo. That's how Raw
What?
wrestling used to be, bro. That's why that shit was called Raw because yo, Big Show's dad had passed in real life too,
That's
and they
crazy.
drew a segment, and the Boss Man went and hooked the damn casket to the car and pulled the casket out from the damn car, and Big Show tried to jump on it and it broke, and you saw the fake body or whatever inside. Wrestling was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was back
My
when
my first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 24. I was eight
oh
Oh
years
man,
old,
ooh yeah,
and that was I think Taker versus Edge, and like that's what started it. That's what caught me
yeah,
for real.
no,
Seeing Undertaker wrestle, that was like, man, I
yeah.
love this. This is great.
Undertaker was incredible, bro. Yeah, watching
yeah.
hmm
Taker was crazy, bro. I remember the Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan match from the first time I really saw him, and he was choking Hulk Hogan on the thing, and I was like, yo, this guy is unstoppable. Who's gonna beat this guy? We used to be scared of the Undertaker, yo.
Yeah.
Man,
Undertaker was legendary.
terrified of the
And
Undertaker.
and to be honest, like people always talk about how legendary his streak was. If we being honest, his legendary streak it really didn't start getting good till WrestleMania 23 against
Mm,
Batista because most of his other matches they were squash matches or they were against wrestlers who were not really good workers.
like
hmm
Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah, like
You had
Giant
Giant
hmm
Gonzalez,
Gonzalez. You had Sid Vicious. You had Diesel. You had, I mean, the
Mark
list is legendary.
Mark
Uh,
Henry.
Mark Henry. You had King Kong Bundy. I think was in the earlier years. Undertaker had his list is long, bro. Undertaker came out in '91. One of the things that's crazy now, man, is how the you see all the old school stuff, from before that you didn't see back in the day because you didn't have internet.
Right,
But you see, like, the Undertaker when he used to tag with, like, Razor Ramon and Scott Hall and stuff like that.
right,
Like, these guys had so many transitions. I saw a match where it was still, like, like stunning Steve Austin versus, I forgot what his name was, Texas Red or something like that. And it was the Undertaker with a damn, what's it called, mask on, like a luchador
right.
mask. And I'm like, yo, you forget about it. But these guys were wrestling each other in the indie scene and stuff like that before they were famous. And it's just it's real crazy, like as a fan to see that now, because back in the day you just thought it was just what you saw on WWF or whatever. You didn't pay attention like the backstory, like you get that now because of the internet.
Right. And I
But it's a lot
think
of
we
fun.
lost. And I think we lost Raven, so we're just going to keep on chopping up till she get back.
Ray will be back. Ray in college. She getting her education.
Yeah,
Ray should be falling out sometimes.
I feel that. Oh, I no longer feel like the baby no more on these shows.
Uh oh.
I'm normally the youngest on these shows,
Got you, bro. Yeah,
but
man.
but yeah, like I said, I admired the streak for how long it went, but I didn't really give it credence until WrestleMania 23 against Batista. Because like,
Yeah,
okay, now these matches are actually being good potential 5-star matches. Like
yeah,
Undertaker versus the Shawn Michaels, like the back to back, some
yeah.
of the some of the best matches I've seen in WrestleMania.
Yo, but what about Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at the In Your House, bro?
Oh
When
yeah.
Kane first came, yo,
Oh
listen,
yeah.
that was one of those matches where we used to wrestle and stuff like that. But when you had that match, I remember one of the biggest things to this day, the package after that match where they showed and they had the music playing and they showed Undertaker pick up Shawn and fucking lawn dart his ass through the cage. I'm like, bro. That was legendary right there, man. Like you watch that, like, yo, I gotta watch wrestling forever now.
Yeah,
But
man.
then Kane came and pulled the damn gate, the door off, and Undertaker was looking at him. Oh, yo, that match was incredible, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Then I
the story used to be so hard back in the day, man. It didn't even matter about the actual, like the wrestling. Like they'll do clotheslines forever, but the story was just so great. I love that shit.
yeah, but also like because everybody always gives shit to the new age. I don't disrespect new age because some of the new age stuff is really good.
Yeah,
It just well for I would say in other companies, WWE is getting better now that Triple H has control.
yeah.
But I will say, one thing that Vince did, well, because he got bullied into actually doing it, was WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan's road to the title. I like that was some
That
good
was a lot.
storytelling.
Yeah.
Kofi's road to the title was good storytelling.
Yep.
Uh, Roman, it took a while. It took
Took a
some years.
long while.
But
You know why? We usually have these kind of debates on my show, but it's because this is my thing. This is what I say about everybody who breaks from a group or a faction, and then you sit there and have them. This I don't understand why they do this. If you break from a faction, you should immediately have new music. You should immediately have a new look, and you should immediately be doing something different. If you
right,
break from a faction, you're doing the same exact thing. It's almost like, well, why should I care? I'm not gonna lie. I love Big E, man. I love Big E, and they
right.
gave him his new music. But I felt like Big E was just another member of the New Day that didn't come out with the New Day anymore. I felt like they
Mhm.
should have did something completely different with Big E,
Right,
even if it was a heel turn. Just imagine.
right.
I said this shit before. Just imagine how incredible it would have been if Big E turned on New Day. It would have been. It would have
Yeah.
elevated him just with that. I ain't gonna lie. He could have got back with him later. I'm sorry, guys, that got clouded, and they would have been like, "Oh, we love you, brother." But if they would have turned on him on some DIY shit, on some Tommaso Ciampa turning on Johnny Gargano, bro, come on. That would have established him in another stratosphere, yo. And he would have
Yeah.
came out the usual dancing Big E and been
Mhm.
serious on the mic, like, listen, I don't care about none of y'all. I want that title. Is my you see
That
Big in
would
a
have been
suit?
crazy.
Bro, I'm trying to go. Listen, that's why I'd be like, yo, if I was a writer, yo, I'd be in the writing room, like, yo, raising my hand all day, like, yo, turn his ass heel, bro. Make the fans like, what the hell is going on? That's what wrestling used to captivate, man. Like they used to do that shit crazy with like we were just talking about the Kane and Shawn Michaels and stuff. You was watching that shit like, what the hell is going on? But I feel like now they play it too safe, yo. Like
Well,
it's just
it's getting better because Triple H, in my opinion, he is a better booker than Vince. Vince is still stuck in the past thing. Vince is still stuck in the 80s.
yeah,
Like Vince still stuck in the 80s, but like what Triple H was doing in NXT, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa rivalry, that was my favorite rivalry for a
yeah.
while
That was good.
because because it got personal, it got gritty. I'm like that unsanctioned match was fire.
Mm.
Yeah,
See,
but that's why we're here today because even though it's not even though we don't get it booked the way we want to get booked, we have these wonderful wrestling games where we can have fantasy booking. So today,
oh yeah.
y'all, first episode of the bucket list is top 5 wrestling video games. And you know what? I'm gonna let the guest start off. And it's in no particular. It don't gotta be in no particular order. Or from your
Okay,
worst
cool.
to best. It's just shooting the shit with your top 5. So we're gonna start with ladies first. Miss Raven, what's your first?
All right, you might be muted.
I think you're still muted.
Yeah, I think we. Oh, it felt like you're muted.
I don't think your mic's working.
Yeah, you might have a. I don't know if you're Your speaker might be out. Try to check your app, see if something's open. Well, Ray, we love you. I'm gonna go ahead. And I'll go ahead so we can just keep it going.
All right,
Um,
cool, cool.
but I always got a lot to say. Listen, I'm not trying to take the screen, but I love. I've played literally every single wrestling game that I can remember. From Nintendo to now, man. I'm about to buy 2K23 in a minute, but
Okay.
one of the first ones I got on my list, and I think this is one of the ones that really where I kind of fell in love with wrestling games, yo. And that is PlayStation's WWF Warzone, yo. Now, just the story behind it a little bit. The reason why I love Warzone came out. That was one of the
Can
first
y'all hear me
games.
now?
Yeah, we
There
can
you
hear
go,
you.
Ray.
My
You good?
AirPod died and I did not know.
Oh, there you go. But Warzone was one of the first games that came out during the transition between the systems and stuff like that, like Sega, and Nintendo, and then PlayStation came out.
Right.
And it was big. I think it was like '98 or something like that. But it was like the first game where you can play like Shawn Michaels, DX. You could play like Stone Cold, and it had clunky kind of controls, but the imagery and like what you can do from the crowd, pick up a TV and smash the guy, even though he stood like this all day and just did this shit or whatever forever. It was so much fun. And what put me on it was me and my cousins had the demo that you used to get from like the magazines, the CD in the magazine. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
We used to steal them shits, yo, and we had
yeah.
got one.
They used to put their game in magazines, bro. What?
Bruh, it was a
Yes.
demo, and you could play like a whole bunch of different games. It would have a whole. We had Metal Gear Solid. We used to steal them shits, and we
That's
go home, and Warzone was on it, and we could only play with Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. And when I tell you we wore their ass out, bro, me and like 7, 8 of us just switching controllers, doing the sweet chin music, doing the stunner, and I fell in love with that shit, yo. So WF Warzone holds the key to me, bro. I
Okay,
loved it.
okay. Miss Raven, what about you?
um my top game, honestly. If my PSP still worked, I would still be playing this game to this day. WWE 2009 was the first game
Ooh.
I
Okay.
got to like play that was mine and not my brother's. It was
Gotcha.
mine for myself. That was my favorite game. I it had a good soundtrack. Just and then that was when the games you could do like a diva versus a superstar. You
Oh
could
yeah.
You can't do that now, yeah.
I can't do that no more. I used to love it. That was my favorite part of doing it. They had Inferno matches.
Yep.
They don't have Inferno matches no more. Um, just like some of the stuff that I wish they still had in the game, they had then, and they don't have it now. Like the Road to WrestleManias was fun. Um, I don't know why they took most of these things off, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I remember 2009. That was good. That was a pretty good one.
That was a good game.
That was a pretty good
Now,
one.
now for me, I'm gonna just set the scene. It's the year. I want to say it was 1999 or 2000. My mom got like I still had the N64 at the time,
Oh, let's
and
see.
the
We going right for the top.
and the first thing I got is WWF Attitude. That
Oh, okay. Swerved it
I
on me.
I all that one might pop up the one you're thinking of,
Yeah.
but man, I loved it. Even though it was like really no type of story to it, the
Telling you.
character customization was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the weapon selection was fun. Um, I don't think they kind of had interests. It was kind of blocky because still a new system,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
but like it's not the most game changing gameplay out there, but it was just fun, especially like that was still when local couch co op was still a thing. Play
Yep.
with your homies, play tag team, fatal four ways or whatnot, and like I don't know, it was just really fun. I just
Yeah.
remember making my own superstar, playing as Mankind or Undertaker. Those are my two favorites playing as. I don't know why.
Bro.
Rock. I just got tired of hearing The Rock because every time you start, he would say the same three lines at the start of every match. I think he said you jabroni is it was you jabroni. I think it was What was the other one, Brian? Help me
They used
out.
to say, yo, they used to say, listen, WF Attitude's on my list too. I had it for PlayStation. And like you said, bro, it was the one that came out right after Warzone. Warzone like introduced to the new consoles and stuff like that or whatever. And then Attitude came out, and like you said, like the characters, like the faces, like it was back where the faces really showed a lot, and it looked really good. But it wasn't anything special, but it was just something about it, man. You had a longer list of people who were on it. It was around the time where I remember I was playing with Attitude, and I used to try to create people, and people look nothing like who they really were. But that's when they had out, like, because that was a Brood, like, they had like the classic, the Ministry, like they had a lot of the classic things involved in the game. So you'd be beating the person up, and they had to sound, ah, remember that shit? And then
Yeah.
like you said, The Rock used to come out, but when they first start, it would be Vince McMahon and Jr. was on. No, Vince McMahon and the King were on the commentator booth, and they be talking shit. And the King is hilarious on that damn game, bro. He ain't got no chance like a one-legged man in the ass kicking contest. That shit used to be great. And then, like you said, like you'll have like The Rock will they'll do a zoom on his face, and they'll say, "Your ass is mine. I'm going to take you down like last time. If you smell what I'm cooking," or some shit. And then they'll go to Bret Hart, and Bret Hart, "Yeah, but I'm the excellence." And then they'll start, and then the crowd would be yelling at you, "Yeah, kick his ass, Rock. Yeah, bro." It was so basic, but it was so live at the same time, man. It was just great, yo. I love that shit.
Yeah, but like I said, if I go back and play it now, I'm probably not gonna have as much fun because wrestling games have evolved
Yeah. You'll
by
be
a long.
surprised, bro. You'll be surprised because I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of the people who downloaded the emulator things, and I
Right.
played it, and I even had fun playing it now, bro. Like it's just
Okay.
something about it. It's just like maybe it's just like the nostalgia and remembering, like you said, passing the controller. But
Yeah.
bro, it's not always about the what's it called, the glands and the glitz and all that. Sometimes it's just about the gameplay, yo.
Hmm.
Right.
Those games were fun.
Well, I guess Brian got his second one out the way, so I guess
Yeah.
we had the same one. What about you, Miss Raven? What's your second one?
Um, Here Comes the Pain was fun. I used to play with my
Mm.
uncles all the time. But I was still too young at the time to really, you know, understand what I was playing. So I'm gonna say my second is actually a really random one. WWE All Stars. That
Okay.
game was going
Gotcha.
straight crack, but it
Yeah.
was the best game I played. I got all A's on my report card, and my mom was like, "What do you want?" I didn't care anything else. I said, "I need this game. I want this game." The commercials was amazing. Brock Lesnar was the spokesperson. I said, "I need this game, mom." That game, 10 out of 10. If they made it again, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I thought
Okay.
Battlegrounds was gonna be like it, and it was nothing
It
like it.
was
Oh
I was
no.
not. Yeah, it was
upset.
No.
I
not.
was so mad.
Battlegrounds was. It was like
That
I
game
thought it
was
was going to
so
at least be
bad.
fun, but it wasn't even really fun.
Yeah.
The
It
same moves
wasn't.
that they did all the time. I was interested, like we were just talking about, like I was interested in Battlegrounds because I just wanted something different, man. Because it was like 2K was dominating, and I do remember like All Stars or like WE Legends and shit like that. I
Hmm.
remember those fun games,
I
and you
forgot about
wanted
that.
that after a while. Yeah, man. It was just like it was difficult to get into.
The only thing about Battlegrounds that was actually like entertaining was the fact that you could throw people into alligators, and that was about it.
Oh
There
shit!
was nothing
I gotta
else that
try
was
that.
interesting about that game. Yeah, you could throw people into the crocodile alligator's mouth, and
Damn.
you won the match, and that
I
was
gotta check
it.
that out. I gotta check that out now. I'm gonna play it
It
now.
was fun.
Just
They
revived
were,
it for me.
man, that game was fun.
Got you.
Like the
Okay.
parts of it, definitely.
Okay. Okay. Well, for my second one, I think. Wait. Yeah, second one. I'm gonna go with one of the few wrestling games that was on GameCube. WWE Day of Reckoning, the
I
first
remember
one.
that. Yep.
That game was so fun. Not only that, the story was crazy.
Mm.
Like the stories for the both Day of Reckoning games, they were so crazy. Like I'm talking about, people would do illegal shit. You beat the hell out of you instead of pressing charge. I think they put you in the hospital instead of pressing charges. Like, I want you at WrestleMania. They done took my girl Stacy, took my girl Stacy Keebler and everything. Like, I want you at WrestleMania. I think you got to
That's
pick like
crazy.
the certain type of matches, and the
Yeah.
gameplay. just for the GameCube, it was just so fun. Like you said, it was just a game is always fun to me when you have good couch co-op.
Yeah,
Good couch co-op because no nowadays everything's online. Like I'm a huge gamer nowadays. Everything's online, but it's just not the same
it's
with
not. Yeah,
certain
it's not,
games.
bro.
Like
Yeah,
I wish GMO they would have online for GMO because what if me and my
It would
friends want
make
to.
more sense. It would make
yeah,
more
Yeah,
sense to do it like that instead of going against a computer. You're not really competing against nobody. That
and
would be
yeah.
for
better.
and first of all, WW2K22 that computer is on cocaine the way it books matches.
I hate
That's how the
that,
last couple games have been like that. That's why I can't even like you
bro.
made a good point, bro, about the for me when I used to play these games like Attitude and stuff like that. We started getting to like Day of Reckoning. I got some more on the list or whatever. But I love the storyline, bro, or like the
Right,
universe mode and stuff. I love that, and I like it because a lot of these had a lot of different like levels, a lot of different features where
right.
if you don't want to spend all day creating the whole raw, the whole damn year of matches and stuff, you can kind of just have it computer generated and just let it go. But you'll get goofy ass matches like Brock Lesnar versus Paul Bearer or something like that. You're like, why?
Nah, man,
Like, damn.
I was playing
I
two K
don't
twenty
like
two
the game
GMO.
mode on 2K22 because I'll be trying my hardest to build like the best matches, get the good arena. I'm spending so much money on
Yeah,
my whole Raw set. If Stephanie McMahon wins every trip, I'll be
yeah, it's
mad. I'm
crazy.
like, I like did everything I could have possibly did and I never win. I'd be over it. I hate that game. I hate that specific part on that game. You won't ever catch me playing it anymore.
I
Never.
Well,
can't fuck with that GM shit. I can't.
No, it's so stupid.
man, and
Uh,
also I also just my quick little rant. Um, WWE, you are pieces of shit for that atrocity
Damn.
that you released. 2K20, that is
Oh
the
man.
biggest piece of shit
Yeah.
I
That
ever
game was
played.
fucking horrible, bro.
listen,
And
let
it's
me tell you
crazy
about
because we
this.
say that we
That
we say that
trash.
and like it was pretty much like all the other games, but the problem was you just couldn't play the shit because there
It
was
was
so many different
broken.
problems.
It was
Listen,
so
when
broken.
when 2K22 when that game released and I could download it, I said, okay, yep, deleting this because that game was so bad for no
It was
reason.
bad.
There's
Yeah.
no reason Roman Reigns is stuck in the middle of my ring. His
Yep.
top half is there's no reason for all that.
22 be doing that shit too sometimes. Still be
That happens to
glitching out.
you,
Yeah,
bro.
man, that
I
shit.
I
You
guess
bro.
I guess I get lucky because me and my friends we had the tradition whenever the new game come up we always have our little quote unquote pay per views on Sundays. We just do different matches.
That's awesome.
I never ran the problem. Now one problem I did run into, boy, I V triggered the shit out of somebody, and I guess the game so much going on the screen, his body his body stayed in the ring, but his neck extended
Yeah,
all the way up to the ceiling.
the glitches be so off. Figure like
This
how did
should be
this
great. Yeah. Did
man?
But
you
it'd
ever
be
watch
funny.
them on YouTube? You ever watch like the compilations of them? Yo, that should be hilarious, bro.
It'd be
Yeah.
funny because there's no reason for a game to even glitch the way
Do
that
that,
was.
right?
So
You
Yeah.
have
bad.
certain things. If you go on the outside, for me, it's always on the outside with 22. I'll be on the outside trying to throw somebody through the thing or whatever, do the oh my god moment, and then his body will be like when I go to do it, like his body will move all the way over, and it'll go over. It'll break the thing, but he'll be in the air. I'll go through him.
I
I
would
hate
have,
that
I
shit,
would
yo.
have somebody like half their body seem like it's over the top rope when it's really not. They're just in the air.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's
It
But
horrible.
do be
yeah.
funny, yo. It do be funny.
It's
Yo, tell me
hilarious.
something real quick. On like a side note, because I'm thinking like funny stuff when watching wrestling. Yo, did either one of you guys ever like used to like die laughing at some of the wrestlers and like the noises that they make when they was wrestling? Listen,
Yeah.
Bubba Ray Dudley, yo, when he used to wrestle, when I tell you, I used to laugh like I was watching a fucking comedy movie, yo. He used to like when Bubba Ray used to get hit. He used to
Oh, yeah.
Like he lived it, yo. And I used to laugh so damn hard. Ray, or either one of you guys, when you get a second, watch like one of the Raws with the Dudley Boys, like when they first came and Bubba Ray was still fat.
Mhm.
Watch how he used to yo. That shit is y'all gonna be crying now that I said it.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
shit
wow.
is hilarious.
And then also one more thing before I pass it around for his third one, man, I will never forget. I forgot who it was, but it was like it was a hot mic because it picked up what he was saying in the ring. After he got body slammed, you just heard him say, "Oh, I shit myself."
I'm telling you, Bubba
Wow.
Ray was funny as shit, yo. I used to be crying when he was in the ring. As soon as I saw him in the ring, I would be like, "Oh, I'm laughing." Like, I start laughing immediately because I'm like, "I'm gonna laugh." Like it was a couple of guys, but it was him mostly. I remember when I was little, I used to be freaking crying watching him wrestle, yo, because he was just funny. Like everything was extra. He was loud. Some of the guys get, ugh, I'm like, damn, murdering you in that ring.
But what's your third one, Brian?
All right, so third one. Let's see. I'm gonna take it back. Let's take it back a little further. One of the
Okay.
ones that introduced me, um, I had two, but I wanted to just pick one for this. For Sega, this was a big passing controller. Sega, I have WWF Royal Rumble, man. One of
Okay.
my favorite games ever. This was back when you had the guy, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but the guy would punch. He would punch. You would run the ropes, you would do the drop kick, you would get the thing, and then you could throw the guy outside the ring, and you had that one little blue steel chair, and you pick it up and you just hit him, and the chair bent.
Yeah.
We used to jack that game up, but this is the thing too. Your thumbs used to be raw, bro, literally raw, because you would sit here and when you had to do like the grapple, and you would have to use your things and combo, like keep rubbing the button so you would go, and then after you win it, you do the suplex or a move. But it was so
Right.
much fun. Do y'all remember that shit, y'all?
I don't, but hold on, I got you, sir. Let me just go ahead and
Sega
load this.
Genesis, yo.
I wasn't even around for a Sega,
Gotcha.
so
That's what I keep forgetting. Yeah, that was my era. We had
I was
Sega.
not around for that.
We used to play Mortal Kombat. We used to play Sonic. We would play all that stuff, whatever. But the wrestling games, you had. There you go. Yup. There you go. And you had, the referee. You would run and hit the ref.
Little
This shit is
gameplay for you
classic,
guys.
bro.
Oh
This shit
my
is
god.
classic.
Yes.
Hulk Hogan. See,
This
right
is
there.
like
You be
a
rubbing that shit.
legitimate.
What
Your fingers would be
the
off, yo.
hell? What
No,
the?
no commentary, nothing.
It was just straight game, like nothing.
Just
There was no
straight game.
wow.
But it was the most fun in the planet, yo. And then you
Man,
then you
I'm
you do the
looking
Royal
at
Rumble.
it, and I'm like, I would never even know half these games.
I'm telling you right now, it used to be so much fun though, man. See, you threw him out the ring. See.
Oh my god.
Yo,
Wait,
look
that's
at the
Sabu.
WWF on the turnbuckle.
Hold up, is that Sabu or Jake the Snake? Is that Jake the Snake Robert or
That's
Sabu?
Randy
Or
Savage,
Randy Savage?
Hulk
Why is he
Hogan,
so dark?
and
What the?
Crush
I wouldn't
and
even
Shawn
know that
Michaels.
was man.
People
Okay,
forget
okay.
about Shawn Michaels, man. Shawn Michaels was in the industry when he was the Rockers. Shawn Michaels was in the game for a long time. He actually had a dark match in WF too. I forgot who he fought, but he fought somebody you wouldn't even tell it was Shawn Michaels. A little stupid bowl cut he had.
Oh,
Shawn been in the industry, bro, for a while, yo.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
that was
what
fun.
about you? What about you, Raven? What's your
Um, I would say WWE 13
Mm,
was
that's a
one.
winner.
I was obsessed with CM Punk, like obsessed with CM Punk. So when he was the fact that he was the cover, I made sure I had that game pre-ordered. That was a really good game.
Yeah,
Um, WWE 12 was what started like okay, these might be good games because 12 was there was more SVR once 12 came out. So 13 was pretty good. 13 wasn't as bad as I thought like it was gonna be because I didn't really expect much from it because 12 wasn't too much because that was their first time not doing a SmackDown versus Raw game, so they were
yeah,
just
in a
like
while.
players with it. But 13 definitely is right there. That was a good game.
Yeah,
13 was great for me because it had that attitude era shit in it. You had the
Hmm.
Stone Cold, and you had the what I wish they would bring back now, man. I don't know why they don't have it. The damn entrances for like DX and in the new games, like why can't they just put that shit in the background, yo? Like give us the
And
DX entrance, and
you playing this got me like, wow.
I'm
I used
telling
to
you,
sit at
bro.
my TV like I
man.
played this daily. I was
Yeah,
Yeah,
obsessed with this game. I had it on my PS3. You couldn't tell me nothing.
yeah, it was
yeah.
so good.
And also to answer your question, Brian, the reason why they don't do those anymore because 2K they're lazy. They have no
Super
competition. They're
lazy.
lazy. I I'm playing NBA 2K with my friends, and that game online is so damn broken.
Really?
That well, it's not as it's still polished, but it's still so many metas. Just like how and they just don't want to fix it. Like for
Gotcha.
WWE, WWE is actually one of the friends I will say 2K22 to 2K20 was a massive improvement. Of like the story for one, it wasn't as cheesy. It still
Mhm.
had a little bit of cheese
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
kind of cheesy, bro. I can't play them universe modes. Either My Rise and all that, where
My
you're in the
Rise,
bug mobile. That shit is
I
dumb,
hate
bro.
my Rise on 2K22 because you get to a certain point. Like I was basically done with my Rise, and then it gets to a point where you have nothing more to do.
Yeah,
Doing the same things over and over and over. You're not going forward in the game. So my Rise gets annoying once you get to a certain point.
I just don't know
Universe,
why
I
they can't have just a regular, just like a progressing star. Why does it got to be some goofy ass story? Like 20 was really horrible with the graduating
oh my god,
class and
that was
bro,
that was
that shit
that was
was
cringe.
horrible.
That was
Jason, you
cringe.
you showing this right now. I remember the old games. You used to like even on 22. I'll try to do it. You can't do it no more. If you go where the commentator table is, you can't grab the ring bell no more and hit people with it.
Oh
You
Oh
used
yeah,
yeah.
to do it in this game, and you cannot do it no more.
Oh
That was my
damn.
yeah.
thing to do. I would purposely get disqualified just to hear the ring bell go off somebody's head. I
He's
this is
devastating.
my favorite game, man. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
love.
they had a hell of a cast on there too, man.
My
On
mom used to get
13,
mad. Go to bed. You're up all night playing this. I did not care. This game was
bro.
great.
Yeah, yeah. You forget about it. We
yeah.
lived on the games.
Oh yeah,
We
man.
lived on
What?
the games.
Like
Well,
still tell you half the soundtrack of some SVR games because I played
Mm.
it so much for no reason.
Yeah, the
yeah,
soundtracks was a big deal for me too because you used to create wrestlers. Like creating wrestlers is one of my favorite things. I created like the same dude. I created another brother to the Hardy Boys, and I just had him, but he was like a heavyweight, but he could still move like a lightweight. And I had
Hmm.
him. I create every single game I make, all the way from the beginning, and I still use them. Have storylines and everything. But when they started to lackluster on the like the the custom music, that was where
Hmm.
I was like, oh man, this shit's boring because you got to pick. You don't want to create your guy and have the same music that somebody else has. You want him to have his own cool music. But then
Hmm.
they be having the most cheesy, like Jason said, you got
In
the most
20, that
cheesy
music is
crap, yo.
cheesy.
It's
yes.
like
Like,
just make some good ass little tracks to have us have fun with, yo.
That's funny
or
what you're saying. You used to make the same like thing. I used to give my character his signature was always RKO. It didn't matter what game.
Mm.
oh, same here.
Every year it was
Sweet chin
RKO.
for me, bro.
13 was GTS. 22 is actually the diving headbutt because
Okay.
I was I'm watching the old WWE now, so I'm like, oh, I like that. So that's what mine is now, but it was
Yeah.
always it was never anything else. I didn't care about nothing else. I'm like, as soon as I get
Yeah.
the RKO, as soon as I create this guy,
Yeah,
I
That
did not.
diving headbutt was everybody always knows, Daniel Bryan was doing it. Chris Benoit, that was a big one. You won't never hear about him no more. But Bam
Ken.
Chad
Bam Bigelow, bro. Bam Bam
Chad
Bigelow was
now.
big on that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
Chad
like,
is currently doing it, and I'm not a big fan of him doing it because of everything else.
Yeah, that
But
concussion shit.
whatever. Do you?
Yeah.
Man.
yeah, that's one thing. Before I go to my what we at number 3 or 4? Is it? No,
I
I
think
think
we
it's
Three.
got
4.
3,
No
yeah.
wait, no, yeah. Wait, is it? Maybe.
Is
Hold
it
on,
Yeah,
3?
you're
hold
the
on.
last.
Oh
I
yeah,
said
yeah,
eight.
this is gonna be
Okay, yeah.
4. Who's gonna
Yeah,
be?
that's before.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Okay,
4.
but before we go on, yeah, one thing as a kid, like man, I love seeing these chair shots to the head and these diving headbutts and
Love
these
it.
power drivers. And now as I'm older and now when I realize the danger, like, oh, please don't do that.
Yeah,
That was me when I seen Chad Gable do it. I said, "Oh, please stop! Like, don't do that. No, why are you doing that? It
yeah,
stressed my life out. I was stressed that whole Monday."
I'm like a black parrot, baby. Don't do that,
yeah,
baby. Just
bro.
don't do that.
'Cause it's jacking them dudes up, bro. But it's like, and like you said too, though, Jay. Like when you used to watch it, though, man. Like when you saw Rob Van Dam hit him with the Van Daminator and shit. Like, yo, listen, you don't want nobody to get hurt, but don't you wish they could have like some kind of special chair? Like, get some special chairs, just like whatever. I don't care if they break when you hit them with it, just for the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like
And I'm sorry. I know like the Van Damme was cool people. I always laughed because I always thought, why would you catch the chair?
the chair,
Like,
the setup
and
was
then
horrible.
And then I remember in all those TLC matches, it always comes back to Bubba Ray. For whatever reason, in those triple threat TLC matches between Edge and Christian and the Hardys, whenever somebody would throw him a chair, he would catch it,
Catch it.
and they just boom him with another chair.
Yep. Let them ask you,
I was
destroy
like,
it.
and then whenever people hit the chair off the ropes and they hit this, like that, I don't know that's supposed to be that was always funny to me. Like why?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
oh yeah,
why?
yeah.
But
That's along the lines of them hitting the ropes and falling and doing the split on the ropes with the men and stuff like
oh
that. Shawn Michaels is king at that shit.
oh yeah, and also y'all don't ever tell these wrestlers to their face that this shit is fake. Because I've been in
Oh
the ring.
man,
I've been in the ring before for a session of training. It is people think that wrestling is easy. That shit is difficult. That shit is
no.
difficult.
Yo, did you ever hear? Even when I think Sasha Banks was doing the interview with Stone Cold, and they were describing just how it hurts when they hit the ropes, like
Oh
when
yeah, man.
when the
Because
rope expands. Yeah, yo, listen, bro.
When my uncle, when I was little, he took me and my cousin because my uncle's a Q and Titus O'Neil's a Q, so these two are whatever.
Oh damn.
So
right.
we got to go down and be in the ring once. Those ropes are terrible.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize how hard the ropes are just to
Oh
feel.
yeah.
They're very hard.
Yep.
So I can only imagine how terrible it is.
Yeah, and mind you, you probably went like you probably went to a place that has money. Imagine going to like Mexico or
Yep.
some of these gyms. Cause I remember we had an event at my high school whatever, and then like after like they would let us like run the ropes,
Hmm.
and that is the most uncomfortable thing ever because those things are made of very very tough material
Yep.
and they are stretched to the limit.
Yeah, for real.
That's why
Yeah.
I have yet to actually go because I'm like so scared. Because I know what to expect in it. I know it's going to hurt. I know I'm gonna wake up the next morning in pain.
Oh
So
yeah.
Yeah.
I have pushed it off. Like I had to. Brian, I don't know if I told you I had a thing. Good night, Ryan. I don't know if I had a thing with OVW, and I ended up not being able to go because it rained that whole night. But I
Oh
was
wow.
mentally prepared. We had a flood warning in Ohio and then in Kentucky, so that drive through was just gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So literally, I had to mentally prepare myself for that night because I'm like, okay, this is going to be terrible. I'm gonna wake up the next morning in pain. I can't do this, but I'm scared to do it. I want to do
No.
it, but man,
I think you could
you
do
got
it.
prepared.
You super passionate about wrestling. You. That's why. Well,
I think I could.
I met Ray on TikTok, and I saw she got her TikTok is crazy, like just nothing but wrestling, yo. And you could tell she's
I
just a fucking true diehard fan. And like when I saw that, I was like, man, I really wanted to have a girl on to talk wrestling with me because I
Right.
had a panel of people, but I wanted like fans of it. And she came on and told me, and one of the things you told me at the beginning was you want to be a wrestler. And I was
Mhm.
like, man, listen, we got somebody here that's like true to it. Your passion, even though yeah, the ropes are gonna hurt, but when you get in that ring and you know you're doing it, man, your adrenaline probably going to knock away all of that. You'll feel it the next day, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure, but yeah,
Oh
definitely.
you'll kill that shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
And literally, it was so random. I don't check my email. And I just so happened to look at it, and I had an email from OVW, like a whole invitation. I'm like, how did y'all even
You putting yourself
get
out
my
there.
information to contact me for this? So I was like ready to go, but they're having it again in April,
There you
so I'll
go.
go in April because it was raining too hard. Ohio ain't right. It likes to rain here a lot for
Gotcha.
no reason.
Well, best luck to you. 'Cause like I said, I've always had those dreams. But then after that one time, I said, you know what? I think I'll be better playing the game.
Just
And
gonna watch
speak
him play.
It
and
be like that.
and speaking of playing, y'all, we're gonna stick in the 2K series. This for me was my favorite out the 2K series because it had something that I've always wanted to do, the beat the streak mode. And
Mm,
for everybody that knows what I'm talking about, I am talking about WWE 2K14. This
mm.
Great game.
this right here, I say this is the best in the franchise where one of my favorite modes is you legit could beat the streak. It was a mode you can beat the streak or defend the streak, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Undertaker is legit a final boss.
Yeah, is it hard?
Man, I was
That game
using
was complicated.
I was
I don't
using
remember. I don't remember that. I know I played. I had every single one. I bought every one, but I
That
can't
game,
remember
that mode was
gameplay.
so complicated. You would be up all night trying to beat the Undertaker, man.
man. I'm
Like
Damn, that's
be on the
talking
verge
crazy.
of crying
I'm talking
because
about
nigga
in
can't do
tears. I'm talking about I was using my creative wrestler. I done hit this man with 5 RKO's,
Never worked.
three
You
go to
still lost.
sleeps, three go to sleeps, about seven
Bro,
super kicks, and he will always kick out the two. Like, man,
he
come
still
on, why can't I beat this?
bro.
And then when I remember one time because my friend Robbie was watching it. Shout out to my boy Robbie watching. He was watching. I was like, okay, I'm done with this shit. I'm about to do a dive foot stomp. I go to the top rope. I jump, and then I see the animation like, fuck, he's about to catch me. He gets up, catches me, tombstone power drive me on the steel steps, and then it's game over. I'm like,
That's crazy, yo.
That game will you'll be in tears. I kid you not. Like this, and I wasn't even supposed to be up still at night playing this game. I was still in high school. So, well, that was my freshman year. So I'm playing it. I'm trying so hard to not scream and holler at this game. Because you can, I'll play as the biggest person I can think of. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna beat Brock Lesnar. I'm gonna beat Brodus Clay. I'm gonna beat anybody. I'm gonna beat the Undertaker. Never won.
That's
I
crazy.
I hated
I don't
that.
think I ever
I
tried that
hated
mode,
that.
yo. I wasn't when it got into 2K14, 2K13 I liked because of the Stone Cold mode. So I did that and I liked
Hmm.
how they played those characters. But then you started getting into like the Road to WrestleMania things that they had. And I think I played a couple of them, but I started getting bored with it, yo. I don't know, it just wasn't exciting to me. Like some of them were, but I didn't try, I stopped trying. So I probably missed a lot of these like modes they had. I would just build my guy and just try to like universe mode it, or
Hmm.
just have private matches or Royal Rumbles. That's Royal Rumbles. I'm having Royal Rumbles with 50,000 times with all
That's
created
the one thing
people.
I've never actually played was a Royal
I
Rumble.
love the
I
Royal
kid you
Rumbles.
not.
yeah, it's
Never.
just for man. Only thing is because me, I'm a universe mode type person. Like I'll make the matches and I'll play through it, but
Hmm.
I will always try to do the whole Iron Man in the Royal Rumble and go from one.
Mm.
It's damn near impossible.
It is,
It,
bro.
it,
It really
it,
is. Me and my
It's
son were
very
playing.
hard.
Me and my son were playing like maybe a couple days ago, and I had who the hell did I start with? I had either I can't remember if it was Macho Man. It was somebody, one of the old school guys, and I was in that shit and it was I think it was like number 22 that was coming out. My son had got thrown out. I forgot who he was, but he got thrown out, and I was like number 22. I'm like, man, I'm about to do this, and I think the next three people that came in, somebody threw me out. It's always somebody like not that you'd expect to throw you out. It's always like somebody like, oh man, I can't believe I got thrown out by this person. But I was thrown out. I did like 17 eliminations, and they finally got me and tossed me out, bro. I was like, damn, I'm finally gonna do it. But it's fun. It's super fun.
yeah, but that was my number five, and also a fun fact. This game was when I started actually watching talented YouTube creators. They went by X Fan Max at a time, and they would legit edit the hell out of this. Where they would use this game, and they legit had their own wrestling federation with storylines and whatnot.
I seen that on YouTube and
Yeah,
stuff.
and
Yeah,
like I
stuff like that.
said, and I was like, wow, I want to do that, but I know it takes a lot of skill that I do
Yes,
not have.
and
Uh,
time.
Hmm.
yeah, and time. But hey, they make a career. That's their career.
It's awesome.
So
Definitely.
but yeah, that is my number four. Brian, what is your number four?
Number four, I have here goes something that's another throwback. I'm taking it all the way back, and this is when we used to before we had games in our house and shit. We had at the arcade. I used to go to Seaside in New Jersey. I used to go to different places, even like the bowling alley. Sometimes they have WrestleFest, and it was the stand up thing where you had the three buttons and the joystick, and you can pick. I think it was like a Big Boss Man. It was the Legion of Doom, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Million Dollar Man, and Hulk Hogan, Earthquake. It was a bunch of those guys, and you'd be able to pick the guy, and like the crowd would be super live, and you see him walk down to the ring, and they'd have all the flashing lights and stuff. WrestleFest, yo, it was fun as hell, and I remember playing it with my cousins and stuff. There you go, right there, and you enter the credits, and it was the first wrestling game
Oh
that I
my god!
remember. Ultimate Warrior, but it was like we saw see how like it's like live, yo, and it's like you see the guys and everything. The Sega one was good, but this one had like so much more character for some reason.
Right, right.
But I remember playing that and just like we was standing
Is
there
that
spinning our
Surf
corners,
Water?
yo. Third Slaughter, Jake the Snake, yeah. It was such a good game, yo.
Yeah,
But
and
we
like you
never
said,
beat it. It was just like, you would just play it and just, have fun.
I can't really play the sound because copyright, but it does look like the
Gotcha.
crowd is liver than any of the WWE 2K games. I don't know why.
Bruh.
When we have modern technology to make the crowds better, but it's just like you do a big move, it's just a lull in the crowd. Like, well, I guess they didn't
Hey,
like
they
my
they
move.
took their time. They took their time with the Thunderdome crowd to
Yeah,
make
they
sure we could
did.
see everybody's faces.
Yeah,
But
they
other
can
than
keep
that,
that shit, yo.
no.
Every time I do a match by accident and I pick a match
And
from
he beat the
2020,
Thunderdome, I'll be mad.
I change it. I change it. I
Okay,
scrap
I'll
the whole
stop the
match.
whole match. Like, no, I want to do this.
I want to go
No,
back to that
why am I
bullshit, man.
here? Like you're
I
not
like
paying
the
attention, and
crowd.
it picks your own arena. I'm like, huh? I didn't
Yep.
say that.
I'll
I'm
scrap
like,
the
No,
whole match.
I'm like,
stop
this
the whole
remind,
thing.
like, no, I don't want this. This reminds me of bad
This is
times.
horrible. Yeah.
I
I
just,
love the
Right?
crowd.
No,
Yeah, it's
no. I
cool
have
that they
to
did
delete.
it, but
I don't
ain't
like
nobody
this.
trying to do that shit.
no,
No, who
I
wants
know.
to
Look
relive
at
that?
this. Look at this. Look how good this
Honestly.
game looks, yo.
No, I don't know if y'all remember, but
Hold on, because that looks so realistic.
That shit is
What?
it
awesome, right? I told you.
yeah.
It was so fun, yo. It was like, and this was
Hey, the
like playing in
games
the
we got now
arcade.
don't look like this.
They might have like upgraded this a little bit. This looks like a little bit probably realer than what it was, but this is how it used to look. Like it was legit. Like we used to love seeing when they had WrestleFest in I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called
Yeah,
WrestleFest. The Honky
yeah. It,
Tonk Man. They had
it's
all of
called
them dudes.
it's the WWF WrestleFest.
Yo, this it used to be so live, yo.
Oh yeah, but what's yours number? What are we at 5 now? 4? I don't know where we at
Yeah,
anymore.
now yeah, we're still on 4, and I think 5 is going to be the last one we got coming
Oh,
up
for me.
next.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
What's your number 4, Miss Raven?
The first game I could say I actually remember was Shut Your Mouth.
mm.
I was, I think, 2 when that game came out.
Ooh,
So I don't
yeah,
really know much about it, but that's I could say that was the first game I've ever seen somebody play because my uncle was a big wrestling person. So
gotcha.
he played that game constantly. I can't tell you nothing about it, but I could tell you I remember sitting there with him watching that game
Yeah,
as a 2-year-old, confused as to what's going on. That was a great game.
yeah.
If I could play that today, I would.
Shut Your
But
Mouth was good. That was the SmackDown series. That was before you
mhm.
had what's it called? Yeah,
SmackDown
yeah.
versus Raw.
Yeah, that was before you had SmackDown versus Raw. This was a really good game. This was like Just Bring It was the introduction after you had the
Mhm.
SmackDowns. And
Then
then you
was
had
Know Your
Just Bring It.
Role. Then
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Know Your Role. Then it was Shut Your Mouth.
Shut Your
And then,
Mouth.
then Here
And then
Comes
you
the
had
Pain.
Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot you can climb
This,
on top
yeah,
See,
of.
yeah, yeah.
this
You could
was
do
the best part, bro. Like we can't do that, and I don't like that.
Yeah, they had so much interactive backgrounds and You know,
And I wish 2K would look back at the old games,
bro, I'm
or
telling
just
you,
like listen to people at times and be like, "Look,
Is
this
that
is a
off the
remake. We
fist?
love
off
it."
the fist.
Yes,
Yeah,
Oh
that
my!
used to be incredible, yo.
yes.
Even
He
the
would
back
be
Do they
dead.
even have the fist as an arena? Is that an arena?
people
I don't.
What in
people
the?
create them. Yeah, people create them.
Man,
He
This
would be dead. Oh my jeez. Oh, Jeff Hardy, my favorite.
woo! Look at the camera angle.
man,
Yes, it was great, yo. Yeah, this was a good ass game right here.
great game.
Oh my God. Yeah, this brings back memories. Oh, the moonsault off the top, man. This brings back memories because I remember
It's
having.
just the fact as to how old I was when it came out,
Now I'm
and
not
that I
gonna
can
lie.
remember it is crazy.
Now I'm not gonna lie. Half these people would be dead. Like,
Destroyed. Look at Booker T. Look at Booker. Booker T was always bugging me out in this game because no matter what he did, he always looked like that. Like he was just shocked. Look at him. Fucking terrorizing.
That's how Booker T looked.
Yeah, I
Oh
remember
my
that entrance right
god,
there. He had blew up himself.
yeah.
That was like a
he
creative
blew
player
himself
thing.
up.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah, just yeah, shut your mouth was good, yo. Shut your mouth was
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, man.
That's
That was
hilarious.
that's a good choice. Like I said, don't they're not as innovative as they used to be.
Yeah.
But for mine, it now this is a game that I still can play to this day. And matter of fact, I think it's still modded. I think it's still modded up to this day. It is let me just go ahead and play it for y'all, but it is WWF No Mercy.
There you go. That's
Now
one of the
this
best of all time.
now this game to this it's I think people still mod it to this day.
Yep.
So it's still relevant, but here is some gameplay
Really?
for it. Like it was for me it was ahead of its time. I think it still holds up. Well, of course, the polygons stacked on each other. It doesn't
Y'all,
look
is
that
that
good.
Stephanie?
Yes, that is
Wow.
young Stephanie.
Man, people
But
forget Stephanie McMahon had such a big role in wrestling, man, back in the day. And you forget when
Yeah,
Undertaker was sacrificing her and she was dating Test
that
and
was trippy.
that
That was
shit was
trippy. I just
crazy,
passed all
yo.
that. That was wild. I didn't know how to feel about it. I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, wow, cool.
Steph was a beast, yo.
This
Steph was a
happened."
beast. Then she was having matches with Trish Stratus and she had the women's title for a while, for a minute. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Steph was a beast, yo.
yeah, but like I said, this game was so fun. I think this was one of the first games I played that had a ladder. I think it had ladder matches in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I can't
Really?
remember because I didn't have N64, so I only played No Mercy at other people's house, like at my cousin's house and stuff like that. So I always remember we always loved it, but this was when I was playing like because No Mercy came out around the time when I think SmackDown came out, like the first SmackDown, because it was after Attitude, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
but
it
Mm-hmm.
was.
it was so good, man.
Yeah, 'cause it was like.
Watching this just made me realize I've never played a game where Mick Foley was just in the roster. He was always had to be a downloaded character.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Never have. Like that's wild. Even watching this, because I just seen him and I'm like, I've never played a game where I haven't had to download
That's
him.
crazy, yeah.
What? Wait, who?
Mick Foley.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
That is, yeah. I didn't think about that. I had, like I said, Warzone was the first one that came out for for PlayStation, and that had, as a matter of fact, I can probably tell you the whole roster right now. It had Stone Cold, Undertaker, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Mankind, the Headbangers, Thrasher and Mosh, um, Shawn Michaels, not even Triple H. Not even Triple H. You had
Really?
yeah, not even Triple H. I don't think was in Warzone. Um, Ahmed Johnson, Farouk, The Rock, and I think that's almost
Wow.
it. That's where it was. Like that was when Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels was still really big. Bulldog,
That's
British
crazy.
Bulldog, they had him.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Mankind,
that's wild.
brown suit Mankind too. Not even the button up with the tie Mankind. No
What?
sock. Yeah,
Oh
when
yeah.
Mankind first
Man.
came, he was the demented. He used to sit in the corner and rock and pull his hair out and all that. Yeah, Mankind was a
Yeah,
beast, yo.
I was watching when they were like trying to find the shirt you saw, the leather shirt, whatever. They were trying to find it for WWE archives. I
Oh
just got
yeah,
there watching, and I'm like,
yeah,
I've never seen that a day in my life, not once,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Mankind
until I
was
started watching.
yeah, a lot of things they do with Mankind you could not do today because not like I said,
Nope,
going looking back at like, oh, that is problematic.
bro. The boiler room brawls. Remember that
Watching
shit?
from the '90s, man, I'm sitting here like a lot of this would not be a thing right now.
Oh
and,
no,
and,
no, yeah. It was reckless
Like,
back then, bro. It was
and
oh,
the
reckless.
thing
very.
and the thing is, it's for the best because going back to a lot of things they did, they should never even flew back then. Like I remember the whole thing with the whole the whole rivalry with Kane and Triple H
That was
and
rough.
like and they were Triple H accused Kane of necrophilia. I
Yeah.
like, yo, you cannot do that today.
Nah. Yeah.
Uh,
It's surprising that that happened at the time period it happened as well because wrestling was still kind of getting into the period where we are today at that point because that was still kind of like going on to the PG era and stuff because
right,
it wasn't back in the day in the Attitude Era when you had like the girls showing their titties and DX being super raunchy and stuff like that and doing the stuff they were doing. Stone Cold giving the finger every time he came out. They were reckless, man. But going into that era, like they started to kind of calm down. Like they made like goofy stuff. You had Saturn had Moppy, and you had a lot of different things. But I was surprised to see that Kane and Triple H angle that they played that hard. I think that was just really some goofy Vince McMahon stuff.
yeah, because I remember like that whole cringy ass segment when Triple H went to he went to the funeral. He said, "Oh my God, I screwed her brains out." I was like, "Oh, why,
It's funny
why,
though, man.
why?" I was like,
It'd be
that
boring now, man. These guys be talking to each other. They fight for no reason now. At least that was fun. I was thinking about that recently when I was thinking about like Bianca Belair, and we talk about this a lot on my show. But Bianca Belair, yeah, she's been a great champion, blah 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 blah. But she's boring, man. And the thing about her fighting Asuka at Mania, it just seems like it's for no reason. It's just for the belt. Like, you saw on Raw, she was getting beat up or whatever by Carmella and Chelsea Green, whoever her
right,
name is. And then Asuka came out to say, why? Why are they not using that new Asuka, like the Japanese version, whatever
oh
you
yeah,
call it? Why are they not using her like some super badass, like scary villain type, to make her a problem for Bianca? I'm just like, I don't understand like how they make their rivalries now, man. It's just like they
and that
just do it.
and that's the thing because they have. That's why I'm so. That's why I'm so glad that AEW is around because WWE they waste the good talent that they have. Like Asuka in New Japan, like no, she wasn't in New Japan. New Japan. She was in the all. I think it was no. I think she was in New Japan for a little bit. Like she was heavy in the Asia wrestling circuit, and she was just so dope.
Yeah.
She could play a villain. She's just so charismatic, and it's like when she came to WWE, they started to like Triple H. He was doing her justice and he was doing her justice in NXT. And then I
Yeah.
don't know what happened with Oscar. Like they didn't tone Oscar down. Like Bianca Belair, I love Bianca Belair. Like I
Boring.
think I loved her in NXT when she had the whole when like she had the whole cocky gimmick. And like okay, she worked for that because in actuality she has a right to be cocky.
Yeah,
She
for
is
sure.
like super athletic, extremely skilled in the ring, beautiful. I'm like, why do they not play off of that? Play off of that. Now they just made. I don't
Mhm.
know. I haven't watched WWE in a while, but last time I watched it, they made her a face, and it just wasn't hitting for me. I always liked her as a
Still, it's
heel.
still not to
Oh,
me.
so is she still a face?
Yeah, she's had the belt for about a year now, and she's beaten everybody that's came across her. But the thing is, the reason why it's not interesting is because they don't make any kind of credible challenges for her, man. I think Bailey, even though that rivalry was kind of played, Bailey was like her most credible challenger. And it was only because Bailey like took her to the limits. They had really good matches. Like that match they had at in a Crown Jewel, that last man, that was shit. That was one of the best matches I've seen like
Right.
all year.
Right.
But it's like they had the option with Asuka because even the way they had this is WrestleMania we're talking about, yo. Like they came up with the number one contender for the Raw's Women's Championship at an Elimination Chamber match. Like it's
Right.
like there was nothing that built it to like a personal rivalry, so you can be like, I can't wait to watch them fight each other. Like
And with the Elimination Chamber, it was horrible
it was
because
boring.
there was nobody else that made sense besides Asuka. It was
Yeah,
Carmella. Made no sense. Why would they even do that? So it was weird. It was the weirdest Elimination Chamber I've seen in my life
yeah, man. Just like
because like
they
y'all could have
put it
just.
there.
It was stupid. They could have just threw it to Asuka at this point
Yeah,
because she was the
yeah.
only person that could really face Bianca. It was.
Yeah.
It
And
was
they had
terrible.
Oscar go through a whole character change to still be thrown in the mix with a whole bunch of people. Like when you go through a character change, you're supposed to let them stand out, not still involve them with. Like I guarantee you, probably tonight even, like they're gonna have Oscar. At some point, they're gonna have Oscar and Bianca tag team. Well, I guarantee you, I'll write this shit myself.
So
The against
listen,
Chelsea Green and Carmella.
I was just on Twitter and at a house show, the MSG house show they had yesterday, Asuka and Bianca were in a tag
Told
team
you,
match. Asuka,
told you.
Bianca, and Becky versus Damage Control.
Yeah,
And
that's
everybody on
why.
Twitter is heated. Everybody on Twitter
It's
is
so
mad because
dumb,
they're like,
bro.
"What was the reason for doing this? Y'all got Asuka and Bianca having this rivalry with no
At
rivalry.
Mania,
It
not
makes
not
no
even
sense."
not even at Extreme Rules or like a throwaway pay per view at Mania, bro. Like
Like Charlotte and Rhea are actually building to Mania.
Yeah.
Asuka and Bianca are doing nothing. There's
nah,
nothing. And
Well,
that's
like,
because Bianca's barely there though. She's getting ready for her show. So it's like
yeah,
it's
drop
weird.
that
You don't
belt,
see Bianca.
yeah,
drop
and
that
It's,
like,
belt,
it's
yo.
and then it's just so crazy because I had hope for women's wrestling when they were going through like the whole women's revolution with the Mae Young Classic and all that, and
Yep,
that's when it was at its peak. But then
yeah.
I guess after a while, Vince got tired of pushing women and just thinking that women
It's
are
starting to
credible.
fall. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie, it's starting to fall
it
again.
is.
And even with you just said with Charlotte being the champion, yo, you gotta be real. What is Charlotte doing? Charlotte really ain't
Mhm.
doing nothing. The only person I can say is holding the women's division right now is who? Who, Ray? You answer it for me. Who holding the women's division right now?
Besides just Bianca and Rhea at this point, nobody
You just
else.
called it Rhea. Rhea's holding the whole thing, bro. I don't
Rhea's
even call
doing great.
Bianca. Rhea, I
yeah,
think Rhea can take
Rhea
both
is
belts.
top tier.
yeah,
Rhea be standing up to these men
I'm
and
telling
don't
you,
care.
Rhea wrestling men.
yeah, and that's
We was wanting her in the Rumble and she
I'm
didn't
trying to
do it.
tell
I was
you,
mad.
Rhea, if Rhea won both belts, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, yo, who's stopping
I
her?
would not be mad.
Who's
I wouldn't
stopping her?
care.
and
I'd be
then
like,
Rhea's a
oh,
beast.
cool.
and then that's the thing. That's why AEW is like these women matches. A lot of them they mean something because I've always said ever since AEW first implemented there needs to be a win loss like
Gotta
scorecard.
matter.
Like it has to matter, and that's why I
Yeah.
love AEW because every win and loss matters. They know how to build up people to when they finally win the belt. Like MJF, I hated MJF at first.
That guy's gold, yo.
He was so
I
annoying.
love MJF.
He's
Like he was
gold.
so
I
annoying
love
at first,
MJF.
but when he had that shoot promo and leading up to the John Moxley match, and then he won the belt. I felt something. I haven't felt nothing in a while for a wrestling match.
Yeah,
I
man.
feel this, and then I didn't get that from WWE. Well, besides the Sami Zayn, because like I've always wanted Sami to get some type of shot. When he finally got like, you know what? When you put somebody with Sami Zayn, you're going to make him look good. I'm not going to say Roman doesn't look bad because Roman Reigns, he's gotten a whole lot better.
Great.
Than he's gotten a whole
Roman's
lot better.
great, bro. Roman's greatness. I don't care.
Yeah.
Listen, yo, nobody can hate on anybody in the bloodline around me, bro. Because even though we hated Roman and they were shoving him down our throats, Roman is wrestling right now.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody.
Yeah, he's
Roman
gotten
is
so much
wrestling,
better.
yo.
He's
He is
gotten
incredible, bro.
he's
That
he
shit
is
he cut against Cody. I'm telling y'all, yo, nobody, please, listen to me on your show, bro. Nobody be surprised when Roman wraps his ass up, and walks home with them. Roman is not losing at Mania. I'm telling
I
y'all right
said
now,
that.
yo.
And
He's not.
Brian, you know me.
Yeah.
You know how I
You
feel
love
about Cody.
Cody. Yup.
I love Cody with everything in me, but I can't
He's not
see it.
losing. It's
I
not
don't
time.
see it.
Yeah, it's
It's
Yeah.
not,
not. And I
and that's
hate to say that, but
yeah,
I
Nah.
don't see it, man.
and
And
that's
that's why you haven't seen me talk about Mania lately, because I'm like, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be
and that's
so
the
mad.
and that's but that's also Roman Reigns' character, one of the few good things about WWE, but it's also a problem because you build up all these people, but then at a certain time you're like, who is gonna be him?
That's the problem. That's where we
I
at.
I don't want nobody else to take the titles from Roman except Jay. If that doesn't
Yeah,
happen, I'm
I
gonna be
mean
Or
it.
upset.
solo. Or solo. It's got I think it's gotta be some
It's
inside
got
shit.
I
Yeah,
Solo
Solo
gonna do
take it.
something.
If Solo take
Solo
it
gonna do something.
on some shocking
Something.
shit. On some shocking shit. I think that's the only way he could lose those titles. Both of them. You
yeah,
can't do the build up match. It's been so many build up matches. If you do it at this point, if Cody wins the belts right now, it literally looks like you gave Cody the belts. It
And
doesn't
yeah,
look believable.
If Cody wins, it's not gonna make sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm diehard Cody. I
right.
knew it was gonna be the Rumble. I didn't care. But the fact that Brian, I think I told you, Roman does not need to defend both titles.
It
If
doesn't.
anything, Cody's change back to the Winged Eagle. Let him face him for the WWE Championship. Change it, go away. That's fine. Roman don't need to do both titles, and the fact that they keep doing that, they'll say, "Oh no, it's for one title," but they continue to do both titles. It gets boring after so long because
Just
you
Yeah.
know what the end result is going to be.
Just make it one title. They have went from two titles to the undisputed belt. Now to it was that ketchup belt for a while. That shit was
That
ugly.
shit was horrible. That blue
Then the
shit too.
yeah,
Or the
then
white one, whatever it was.
yeah, it was the world heavyweight. I'm like, can y'all make it remind? That's why I
Wait,
like
which one?
The
it. Was
red title belt with the big ass W on. I hate the
The
W
one
belt
that
too. I hate that.
I'm staring at right now.
I hate
That the
that belt, yo.
universal, the red
Yup.
yes,
universal one.
I hate the
I'm
universal
staring
title.
at
I
it
hate
right
that shit.
now.
You know why? It's because when you look at it, like, they kind of classify it like they're heavyweight titles, but that's not the WWE Championship. That's just
The
like the
big gold
WWE
is my
Championship.
favorite title.
I
If
like
they'll
the
bring back the
classic
big
fucking
gold, I
belt,
won't
yo.
be mad.
which
Yeah,
The
about the
man.
big gold,
heavyweight?
I did everything in my power to get this belt. The red universal, I didn't want. I wanted the spinner belt. That's the only belt that I
Mm,
searched for. But they just got them back. They didn't have the black spinner belt title. They had the orange John Cena anniversary one. I'm like, I don't want that. I want the black
gotcha.
one. So I
Yeah,
had to get the universal. It's signed by Johnny, so it's not going nowhere.
Oh, okay.
But the big gold, if they bring that back, I would be so happy. That
You
was
talking
my
about the
all time
World
favorite title.
Championship Wrestling
world
I
title?
was
heavyweight.
obsessed with that
That
title.
shit was beautiful.
Like
That was a
Oh
beautiful
no,
I
title,
that
yo.
have that one, and that title right there. I was so sad when they got rid of it
man.
Yeah, that
because
title was
it
beautiful.
hurt my feelings. I'm like, why would they do that for
Remember
this
That
ugly
Antonio
old
spray
title?
painted it?
yeah,
Yeah, for this
and then
ugly old title.
and
I was
then that.
mad.
And then the winged WWE Championship. I
Yeah,
love that
the
belt.
classic. Yep,
But we
Bret
get
Hart.
a little bit off topic. What's your number five, Brian?
Not my number five. We kind of glossed over it. We said it. We just did. Here comes just bring it, and
Okay.
shut your mouth. But here comes the pain is my number five. It was like we just saw shut your mouth, and the transition was like that was like the beginning, and then here comes the pain was like they just did everything right. It was like everything was in it. The cast was good. The backstage, the environment, the fights. You can get in the car, get in the forklift. You could do so much in that game. It was just fun, bro. Creating the player, doing your thing. Here comes the pain was immaculate. So that's
Yeah,
one of the best.
yeah, and just for people watching, I'll show a little bit of it. Show
Yeah, it
a
was
little
really
bit.
good, man. I liked also like the cat like yeah, see, and then people started to look like how they did. Like that's just in the back. That even look. He just got right up from that like it was nothing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when Big Show. Big Show. He was almost in every goddamn main event.
Yeah, they destroying Big Show. They just kicking his ass all over the place.
I just realized, damn, what Big Show do to him? Wait, what they
Right?
about to do? What they about to do? Oh my God!
Oh man, they was
Oh,
doing
oh my
Eddie
God!
Guerrero and Booker T.
Yeah, but hey, that's a good one. Like I said, here come the
Yeah,
pain. Here come the pain is goaded. I will say that.
yeah.
Here comes the pain is goaded. But now we down to Miss Raven. What was your number five?
SVR 08. That was the first game that had ECW in it.
Mm,
I
And my
remember
mom
that
didn't
one.
like me watching
me too.
ECW, but I was so excited for that game to come out. I had it on the PS3, and the PS3 came with a Kelly Kelly little collectible card.
Oh wow.
So like I loved it. It came with a DVD and a Kelly Kelly collectible card, and then the PSP one came. That was the only one where you could download Eddie Guerrero on it. It was so weird because no other game did it except the PSP version. I
Wow.
was obsessed with that game. Like 10 out of 10. They
Yeah.
need to bring SVR games back. I've been saying it for years. I was sad when they stopped. I want it back. But
Wow.
it's not really a they don't have a SmackDown versus Raw rivalry anymore. It's not a thing
Nah,
for real.
yeah, it's not a thing anymore. It was, to be
Everybody
honest, it
be
really wasn't.
everywhere.
Yeah, it wasn't really a thing back then either. It was a thing for a little bit when they were doing the draft, but I think the game title just kind of stayed because they
I don't
weren't
know what
really
happened to the draft, man. See, they don't
supposed to
do
be
stuff
doing
like
it.
this.
They supposed to still be doing it, but they're not doing it like live like it used to be, like making it matter.
Oh, so I did have McFoley in this one. Cool. Didn't realize
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Well,
that.
downloadable probably.
Probably more than likely because I don't remember ever having him as a main roster character.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. Like the only thing about like this, like the draft, they stopped doing it because for one, everybody just shows up on each show anyway. So there's no point because
Why?
because you forget who's on what brand,
Yeah,
and then like I
I,
said,
you're like, oh,
I do respect
you're
that they
here.
do
Cool.
that because the roster is so large that if besides just their personal time, like if you just had like the same people on every single show, it's going to get stale, man. Like you're not going to be able to use a lot of people. So it is smart that they split it up. Look, they just murder people in this damn game. He just threw all, he just died, like literally
See, and you see how
stacking
the tables is
tables.
stacked. You cannot
Woo!
do that no
Shit
more.
was great,
Like
bro.
that's so crazy. Looking at old games, you're like, why don't they do this anymore?
I also
What's
don't
the
like
reason
how,
behind it?
like, I don't know if y'all like can relate, but in the newer games, it's a pain in the ass to get people on tables and through tables and stuff, bro. I can
Okay,
never
thank
do
you.
it,
Thank
yo.
you for that.
I
Cause I'll
can
be ready
never do
to
it.
I'll be ready to chuck my controller out the window.
For
I'll be
real.
so mad. Cause why are you
Announcer
not
table,
going
everything.
I can't do the announcer table for nothing.
I don't know
For
what the hell
nothing.
is
I'll
with
be
that, yo.
mad. But like if you're playing a tables match, you can throw somebody into the table. They're just gonna sit there. They're not going through the table.
Yeah, they
Unless
don't.
you forcefully put yourself with them through it's not working. You're
Yeah, I don't
not
know.
winning them
I don't know if
games.
it's just me and my controls or something like that, but yeah, it's
No.
difficult. Hell in a
Mm-mm.
cell to get him out the cell. You got to throw him in the thing, but you can't run around the ring no more. It's just you can only punch them and they just travel with.
I'll be
Jay,
the
you said
announcer
it
table
best,
one.
bro. It's lazy, bro. I don't know what they're like taking so much shit away. Look at all the
Yeah,
stuff they're
because
doing. They're fighting and
the
murdering each
announcer
other.
table is needed. The fact that
I'm
I can't
telling
put
you,
nobody through
bro.
the announcer table is terrible.
Or you got
Because
to
what
do
is a
like a
WWE
thousand
game?
things.
It
It's
makes no
crazy.
sense. Hate it,
but
man.
yeah, but yeah, y'all. Well, I guess that does the list. I had
CM
fun.
Punk.
Like, yeah, like I've had fun. I just love talking wrestling. Like wrestling
I
has
love it.
all wrestling is. I can take a break from it, but I always come back to it because it's like my baby. I got to go back to it every now and then
Every now and then.
until it
Hmm.
until it pissed me off, which it doesn't lie.
Well, Jay, let's throw this out there now since you had us on your show and we talked,
Okay.
the gaming. Let's get you on. We're gonna do a straight through the roast wrestle talk this week. We're gonna talk about some things that are going on. We kind of touched on some topics today. Let's invite you on, bro. Be on our panel. I'll send you the date, and if it works for you, I'd love to have you on, bro.
Hey, I will be honored because, like I said, this podcasting thing, I'm addicted to it. I love talking.
Let's go.
I love talking, and especially if I get to talk about wrestling and get to talk my shit and go on my rant, I'm with it. And
Let's
then
go.
plus WrestleMania coming up.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. We have a
I'm
prediction show coming soon as well. It's gonna be a. Ray, we got to put that. I don't want to have too many people, but I do want to have a big thing. I don't know. I want to do like a. I don't know if I'm gonna do a watch party this year. I'm gonna do something, cause
I
WrestleMania.
think me
I
and my
love it, bro.
I think my neighbors they're doing a watch party because somehow, some way, my neighbors seen me and my sister on the Jungle Jumbotron at a holiday show, and then we
Oh,
moved
really?
in, and they're like, "Hey, we seen you guys." So like now
That's
it's
awesome.
wrestling all the time with them.
That's awesome.
So I think we're doing a watch party over there because I'll be home from school. I don't plan on staying at school for WrestleMania, so
Gotcha.
I'll definitely be here to watch that.
That's rough.
Okay. Okay. Well, man, I've had fun talking with you guys for an hour and 20 minutes just about wrestling video games, going back to nostalgia trips and remembering the good times of the WWE games and not the dark shitty times of
Yeah.
WWE 2K20.
Okay,
I get I get PTSD thinking about that game.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
but that wraps it up for the first episode of the bucket list. I'm probably going to let you guys vote on the topics in the group, or just put down your put them down, put your suggestions down in the comments, and then I'll think of something. But you know where to find me. It's your boy Jason Craig, aka the friendly neighborhood dreadhead, here at the Brain to Popcorn podcast. Look that up on every social media you can think of: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. OnlyFans. I'm playing. Don't go to OnlyFans. I don't know what you're gonna find if you type that in.
Let's
Don't
go.
do that. Don't do that. Also,
Whatever pays the bills, man.
I
Whatever
tell
pays
you.
the bills.
I'm thinking about it. I'll tell you, I'll do hand modeling. I don't do feet. I don't do I'll do it. Shit.
Feet, not feet,
Let's
man.
go.
yeah, and also we have the website is up. I'm still adding things to it, but just type in www.bringthepopcorn. Where our podcast is there, our shop is there. The way we rank our movies. I'm probably gonna start putting written reviews and blogs there for people that are educated and like to read. Unlike me, I don't like to read. Um, But yeah, also just visit our T Public store. Buy that good old Bring the Popcorn merch. We got shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, onesies for your children,
Mm.
notebooks, laptop bags. I'm looking for that Bring the Popcorn candle. I don't know what it's gonna smell like, but we're gonna try to get that on there. And
Popcorn. Better be popcorn. You gotta
I,
killed
Right.
yourself in the name there. You're gonna bring the popcorn and it smells like candy canes or some shit.
hey, maybe like a caramel flavor, caramel
There
flavor
you
caramel
go.
popcorn. I don't know if
Okay.
butter would smell. I don't know
I
if
don't
butter
think
would
the
smell
buttered
good.
popcorn one would be too.
In the
I don't
movie
think it
theaters
smells
your
good.
whole life.
I don't want my house smell like buttered popcorn. I don't think.
Yeah.
All right, but Mr. Brown, where can the people find you at, sir?
Oh man, everywhere, man. Listen, I'm, at least if you're not finding me everywhere, I'm not doing my job because I'm trying to market, hustle. But you can find me on the Beeline. I'm on YouTube. We also have a website, www.theb-line entertainment LLC.com. It's up and running. Very happy to say that. It took a lot of work. But we host a show Tuesday nights, the Beeline Web Shows, the show that I'm promoting right here. And then we have Beeline Entertainment on Thursdays. We have the Live on the Line on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. And we also do Straight Through the Roast Wrestle Talk, where we have kind of just sporadically throughout the week when we can fit it in. But it's a lot of fun with Miss Raven here. But yeah, hit us
All
up.
right, and Miss Raven, where can people find you at?
You're mainly gonna find me on TikTok. TikTok and Instagram. All my social medias are the same though. It's all gonna be Raven Brianna. Brianna spelled different because my mom wanted to be complicated. So it's just Brian with an A at the end. It's nothing too crazy. My name is complicated. It's not the normal Raven at all. So, but I'm always on social media. I have no life, but you'll find me on TikTok. TikTok is where I'm at. Nowhere else,
Killing it.
honestly.
All right, and you know where to find me at. But yeah, that does it for the first episode of the bucket list. But since it's still bringing the popcorn, just remember when you come to these reviews, interviews, or shows, just remember to always bring the popcorn. All right,
Right.
y'all, we are out of here.
Great show, guys.
Popcorn sounds.